So you want to do something like sketch the graph of f of x equals x times x plus 2 times x minus 2. Well, first of all, if we're sketching a graph, there'll definitely be a y-axis and an x-axis. So put it on the page so you can see it. And then the next thing to do is just examine this. So we've got f of x, and I'm going to expand out the first couple of factors here. And what we have there would be x squared plus 2x, just by expanding those two factors. And then of course we've got the x minus 2 still on the end there. And now I'm going to multiply out these brackets, x squared plus 2x times x minus 2. And what we get is x squared times x, which is x cubed. And then x squared times minus 2 is minus 2x squared. And then 2x times x is going to be plus 2x squared. And then here we've got plus times a minus is a minus. And 2 times 2x is 4x. Now in the middle here, we've got minus 2x squared plus 2x squared. So that's going to cancel. It's going to come to 0. So actually what we've got is x cubed minus 4x. This is the same as the graph of y equals x cubed minus 4x. Now on the y-axis, the x-axis is at y equals 0. So if I set y to 0, 0 equals x cubed minus 4x. Well, clearly a solution to that would be if x was 0. 0 cubed minus 4 times 0 would equal 0. So it looks like we've got a graph that goes through the origin at 0, 0. And that's confirmed here. Because if this x here was 0, if we did f of 0, this would be 0, and all of these brackets would be multiplied by it, so we'd get 0. So f of x, the output would be 0 if x was 0. So we're going definitely through the middle of the graph. The other things to observe are, what we've got here is a cubic graph. This power here is odd. So we know we've got a corner to corner type graph. And the number in front, the coefficient of x cubed, is a positive number. Clearly here it's positive 1. So that means it is corner to corner. We know that already, but it's going from bottom left to top right because it's positive. So we've got a graph that's doing something like, and now it'd be good if we knew what these points were here. If we go back to the original, we can see that yes, x is 0, but also in these brackets, if these brackets were going to be 0, then the x here would have to be minus 2. So this point here is minus 2. If this bracket was going to be 0, then the x here would have to be positive 2. So we've got a graph that's going through the x-axis at minus 2, at 0, and also at positive 2. We knew it was going to be corner to corner because the power of x is odd, and we worked out that it was going to be from bottom left to top right because the number in front, the coefficient of x cubed, is a positive number, in this case 1. So there we have it. There's a sketch of the graph. And I've done a real version of the graph, graphed on Desmos. I've put it in, and it shows us precisely the same things that we're going to go through at minus 2, at 0, 0, and 2, 0, that the graph is coming from bottom left to top right, as we predicted, corner to corner because of the odd power of x, and bottom left to top right because the number in front of the x cubed term is a positive number, in this case positive 1. So that is how you would sketch this particular cubic graph. So there we go.